Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Movement Radio. I am Chip Hazard.
I'm Talon Williams.
And I'm Scallywag Martinez.
This motherfucker.
Ah,
Real life, ladies and gentlemen, has come.
The best wrestling promoter out there, right, baby?
Here we go.
Better than that con man out in Jacksonville.
oh man.
Are you going to go off on Twitter like he did?
I don't do social media. I'm not a girl.
No. So Scallywag Martinez, sir, would you like to tell the good fan what we're doing tonight?
So tonight we're booking our first show. We're going to actually put this out there. We're going to put it on our socials for everybody to watch and then go and vote to see who had the better show. But before we get into the show, we each had a couple roster changes. Chip, go ahead and tell the people what your changes.
So I traded Juice Robinson for Tyler Bate. I traded Cody Deaner for Pete Dunne, aka Butch. I traded the team of Claudio and John Moxley for the Gorillas of Destiny.
So what I changed is I traded EC3 for Ilya Dragunov. And then my second change came from Talon, so I'll let him go ahead and tell his changes, and I'll tell my last.
I traded Ricky Stark for Swerve Strickland. I traded Austin Theory for Jay Lethal. And I traded Thunder Rosa for Bianca Belair.
And since Talon got rid of Austin Theory, I actually made a trade. I got rid of Jeff Cobb and the Great O'Khan, and I actually picked up Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, the team of the egoist, I guess right now, the narcissist team. Don't know what they're going by. Like, I think they're both super young, super athletic, can both talk on the mic, and just have that smug look, so they're going to work well in this division. So without further ado, since Chip got first place last time, he's going to tell us his show, whatever you want to name it. You can do Raw, SmackDown, or make your own show, and then tell us how you're going to play it out.
All right. I'm actually gonna name this my own show.
EWA.
Yep. This is the name of a wrestling promotion that I used to run. I guess I still own it, but it was Elite Wrestling Alliance, and this was well before all Elite Wrestling was ever a thing. It was well before it was even thought of. It wasn't even a twinkling in their daddy's eye. So this will be the first show for the Elite Wrestling Alliance. We're gonna start the show off strong, and we're gonna go Jay White versus Pete Dunne. You wanna get people invested right from the get, and I think that match is going to do it. We're going to have this as we're going to run the first show kind of tournament style for the mid card title. We're not going to introduce the heavyweight title or anything like that yet. So we're going to do, like I said, Jay White versus Pete Dunne to start the show. We'll do Tyler Bate versus Kushida next, followed by Dirty Dom and Carmelo Hayes. So we'll do those three matches, and then we're going to add a tag team match in there, just kind of break up the monotony. We're going to do Subculture versus Aussie Open. I think that would be one hell of a tag team. Both of those teams are, in my opinion, underrated, but that's for another topic. So we'll do Subculture versus Aussie Open for the fourth match. After that, we're going to do Kairi Sane versus Starlight Kid. Throw a good hard-hitting Joshi match in there. Then I want to have a small little interview segment here with Roman Reigns out talking about being the tribal chief and everything. Then we're going to actually have Braun Breaker attack Roman Reigns to set up for a feud there between Roman and Braun. They're not going to have a match, but we're just going to do a quick little segment there to set that match up and to further that feud. Then we're going to come back and we're going to have a three-way match for the mid-card title. Haven't come up with a name for it yet. But we're going to have Dirty Dom versus Tyler Bate versus Jay White for the mid-card title there.
So Jay White's wrestling twice?
So is Dirty Dom and Tyler Bate. Yep. We're putting it all on the line in the first show. So, and that's going to be the main event for that show.
How long is your show run?
We're running 2 hours solid.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So that I got 5 matches or 6 matches total. and one segment. We're gonna knock all that out in 2 hours, solid.
All right. So since I went second last time, I'm gonna go second this time, and I want to do my own promotion because obviously I'm the best promoter in the business. And we are the Scallywag Athletic Wrestling Federation Titans.
What is the acronym for that?
SAWFT.
Soft.
Oh. Why are you shaking your head, Talon?
I can't take your ass seriously now. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm making sure I got this written down right. But so I am only going to do 5 matches. I'm gonna do 2 matches for the middleweight championship, 2 for the women's, and 1 for the heavyweight. So the mid card and the women's will be a tournament style. So my first few shows will be brackets pretty much. But I'm gonna start out the first one with a very good mid card stunner, and that is going to be LA Knight versus MJF. Starting out heavy.
Okay, that's going to be nice.
Put that down. Make sure I don't mess that up. I'm going to let the fans decide who wins this popularity wise, but overall, MJF will win the match by using diamond ring, screwing over LA Knight. And it's going to be LA Knight's going to go for the blunt force trauma. MJF's going to roll out of it, and he's going to go to the rope, act like he hurt himself. Referee's going to come and check him, and then he's going to pull the referee towards him, hit LA Knight in the face, act like nothing happened, and just fall on top of LA Knight while the referee recovers. Good old MJF style stuff before he became a baby.
Yeah, it still doesn't make sense to me, but okay.
Because he's so over, and it works, I guess.
I guess so.
So then after that, I'm actually going to have the women's match right here, and this one will be Deonna Purrazzo versus Britt Baker. So still going heavy. Never remember how to spell her name. All right. So going from there, we are going to do a quick segment with LA Knight, talk about how he got screwed. And it's not the last that MJF will see of him. This is going to set up a long-term story between LA Knight and MJF eventually for the mid-card championship. Still haven't made a name for the titles because, I mean, all these names. So third match will be another mid-card championship tournament one, and this one will be between John Cena and Naito, a match we've never gotten to see and probably will never get to see. Right at the top of the hour. What was that? They used to WCW used to say about the top of the hour. Keep the fans. What was it?
What are you asking?
You got to put. What was it? What was the philosophy that WCW used to say about? Well, that's why they put the cruiserweights at the top of the hour,
because the quarter hours are what all ratings are predicated on.
Yeah, and that's what
ratings would always be. Yeah, ratings would always be in your favor. It's the top of the quarter hour is when most of the people are going to be watching. So from the top of the hour, 15 after, bottom of the hour, and then 15 till.
Yep, and that's why John Cena versus Naito will take up that good little 30-minute portion right there. And the winner of that will actually be John Cena. I know, controversial, but I got it going. All right. Following that up is the second women's bracket match, which will be between Zoe Starks and Mercedes Martinez.
Okay.
So got the veteran women still going against each other. Excuse me. And then to close out the show will be a fatal 4-way for the main championship or the heavyweight championship, depending on what I want to call it. But obviously it will be Okada versus Jacob Fatu versus Gunther versus Alex Hammerstone. And Gunther wins this because of Imperium.
There you go.
And my show will run for 2 hours. Pretty much, it simply will be the LA Knight MJF 15, Britt Baker and Deonna, Zoe Starks, and Mercedes will be about 10 minutes each. And then John Cena and Naito will be 30. And then the main event will just finish out the rest of the match or the rest of the show. So at the end of this, we have crowned our heavyweight champion or our soft champion, Gunther.
Okay. I like it. I like it.
All right.
Go ahead, Talon.
Talon, let's hear episode 1.
All right. So episode 1, the name of my promotion is Pro Wrestling Movement Figures. So I figured I'm going to crown 2 champions on this night, and I'm going to have a mini tournament for the other 2 championships. I'm going to kick off tonight. Hang on.
No, I'm interested to hear this one.
I'm going to kick off the night with a banger. FTR versus Grizzled Young Vets versus the Gun. Triple threat match. Go about 15 minutes, roughly 15 minutes. And I'm going to have have FTR go over in that. Okay. The next match is going to be another triple threat match: Jordan Grace, Bianca Belair, and Io Sky. Also going to run about 15 minutes or 10, depending on how the crowd is. And I'm going to have Bianca Belair over in that. The third match is going to be a championship match, and it's going to be for the secondary championship. It's going to be a fatal four-way, about 20 minutes, and it's going to be Bobby Lashley, Matt Cardona, Jay Lethal, and Finn Balor. And I got Bobby Lashley winning that one after 20 minutes. Then come back to that should end the first hour. And then the second hour start, we're going to have us another triple threat tag team match between the Street Profits, the House of Black, which is going to consist of Brody King and Buddy Matthews, and DIY. And I got DIY going over in that. I then have Rhea Ripley for the second match of the second hour. I got Rhea Ripley, Bailey, and Mercedes Moné in that spot, 15 minutes. And I'm gonna have Rhea going over in that one. And then in the main event, which I'm gonna give 25 minutes for this match, it's Alex Kane, Seth Rollins, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre, with Seth Rollins winning in the end. And then after the match is over, after everybody's beat up, I have my newest acquisition, Swerve Swickland, come in and jump Rollins from behind and beat him down, as he will be trying to vie for the championship. It should run about 2 hours, 6 matches. Don't really need a whole lot of fluff. And then the triple threat matches will set up for the following week, in which I'll have FTR and DIY for the tag team titles, and I'll have Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley for the women's champ.
All right.
All right. I hear you over there, Teddy. Player.
Hey,
We're gonna have us a triple threat night, brother.
Hey,
player.
well, I figured
you got to go against the Undertaker, brother.
If he was on, somebody would go against the Undertaker. No, I figured, you know what? If I'm gonna make the most of this, start it tag team style, but then once that's over with, find out where the pecking order is on who you want to push after that, and then go from there. And I didn't even include Malachi Black. I didn't include, I think that's the only name I didn't include was Malachi Black. Well, and Swerve comes in at the very end. But, with Malachi Black being with House of Black, he'll be out there with him anyway. So that's what's the way I came up with that.
I mean, it's not a bad card. I find it a little ironic that you're taking a mid-carder in Swerve Strickland and implementing him into that main event feud with Seth Rollins.
Well, the reason I did that was because eventually at some point the Judgment Day is going to dissolve, and I was thinking if Damian Priest gets shifted down to the mid card because of a feud with Finn Balor, which I have another storyline in my head that I could go with that. But I think Swerve's good enough to be a main event guy, but he has to make that impact. That's why I was like, attack Seth after the bell. You know what I mean?
One thing is you don't have to move Damian Priest down. There's a feud where he's away from the main title, but he's still a main eventer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll go that way then.
That's why I said I have all these 6. That's why my mid card's so stacked. So when they do segments with the main event guys, it's viable.
Right.
Yep.
But
I would still want a placeholder. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Swerve could be a placeholder until Damian and Finn get done with the deal that they got. Again, I've never booked a show a day in my life, so you got to forgive me if I'm not good at this.
Hey, this is your.
That's the thing about booking. It's your show.
Yeah, it's your show.
What you want to do.
Book it. You book it how you think it would work best.
But also, you got to make the stories connect eventually.
Yes.
Eventually.
That's why we had that one interview segment with LA Knight playing up to MJF for that feud eventually done. Mm-hmm. Long tell.
Is that foreshadowing of what could possibly happen in the near future, provided that MJF does leave AEW?
He's not leaving AEW.
I know he's not, but I'm just saying, is that a possibility?
I don't think it'd be put on the same show.
You don't think so? You think they'd put MJF on Raw?
Yeah,
you'd have to.
Well, Raw that may not be on Monday nights anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said. That's why I didn't say Monday Night Raw. I just said Raw. That'd be weird though, not watching Raw on Mondays.
I don't know. I hope they don't change that.
I hope they don't either. But then again, with the new Endeavor deal and everything they got going on, at least Triple H has full creative power now, so he's pretty much running the show. So, hopefully wrestling will get better, at least that's what the hope is.
Just like the president of TKO said, he said, we're paying this guy to do this. So that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
which makes perfect sense in my opinion.
Yes.
All right. Do you guys want to go ahead and do our second show?
We can.
Yeah. I didn't use a lot of people for that reason, so I had just in cases.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't use all my whole roster in night one
Oh,
just for
also
that reason.
just to say this, we are all our shows are on different nights. We are
Mhm.
competing against each other, but we're not competing all at the same night. That'd be stupid to kill our own audience ability.
Right.
We're smarter than that.
So what is it?
This-
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'll take
Sure.
Friday. I'll complete with movies and sports on the weekend.
Yeah.
Uh,
You can give me Wednesday. I'm good with that. You can have Mondays.
yeah, but I'm moving to Tuesday nights during NFL season. You can't compete with Monday Night Football. Come on.
You can
All
around the
right.
world. Global
Yeah.
appeal. Global
That
appeal.
okay, cool. We'll do that then.
Oh, also I stream on Fridays. I'm not on TV. I don't have a cable deal, but you can get me on HBO Max.
We stream
Yes,
live.
We stream live. Yeah.
We stream live Wednesday nights on YouTube and Twitch.
And Twitch.
Yes.
We all stream on Twitch live.
Yeah.
But all right. Chip, do you have a second card ready, or do you want me to go ahead with mine?
Well, I figure we'll do it snake style like we did the drafts. So you go ahead and do our
We'll do Talon next.
Talon, go ahead and do the episode.
I ain't even got a card written out, to be honest. I didn't know we was doing week 2, but all right.
No, that's fine.
No, if Raj, if you want to go ahead, you can. I'm if you already got yours ready to go, I'm still thinking.
Yeah, let me write them actually down. Remember. All right, so first match, I'm actually opening up and I'm introducing the tag titles. The tag titan titles is what I'm going to call them, triple T's. So this show is going to feature 2 tag matches. The last female tournament, round 1 for the females, and it's also going to have another mid-card match that will actually be the main event. But to start it off, I'm actually going to have I'm going to start off with the Acclaimed versus Imperium.
Okay.
I like that.
So you have the no nonsense guys with the all nonsense guys. Imperium will win that one. They're going to go 15 minutes. It's going to be just a really good, solid back and forth between them. Obviously, Imperium's going to just be the best heels that they can be at all times. Cut off the dramatic moments, just get the audience into it. Put on the old school style match, but it's going to go to Imperium at the end. Second match, it will be all right. Second match will be Becky Lynch versus Jade Cargill. Becky's going to carry that match pretty well overall. Just making sure that Jade doesn't expose herself as she's still learning. But overall, Becky's going to win this one with a disarmor. She was going to go for the pump, the manhandle slam. Jade gets out of it. They do a little countering back and forth, and at the end of it, Becky gets Jade with that, and Jade is actually going to tap out.
Okay.
And that one we'll also go for then we'll go for 10 minutes. Don't want it to go too long. So from there, we're going to do a backstage segment. Is introducing the main event later on the show, which will be Ilya versus Ryan Davidson for the last match of the first round of the mid-card championship as well. And first, we want to talk to Ryan Davidson. He's going to do about a 5-minute segment, just talking about how Ilya's going to see why everybody calls him Ruthless Ryan Davidson. Well, he's the final boss, and it's going to be over by the end of the night. Blah, blah, blah. Promo segment. All right. From here, we're going on to the second tag match or tag tournament match. And this one's going to be a good old top of the hour not slobber knocker, but the exciting match. We're going to have Sonata and Shingo versus Motor City Machine Guns. I have to do that. That has to go right there.
Yeah.
That one's going to go for about 45 minutes. We're just going to see just great classic back and forth tag match. It's eventually going to build up to just being a hard-hitting slugfest to where they're just trying to prove to see who's a better team. At that point, technique goes out the window. It's just hitting back and forth. Then obviously Motor City realizes that they can't do this over and over again. So then they start to slow the pace down, start trying to get technical again, trying to break down Sonata and Shingo. But for this one, I'm actually going to have Sonata and Shingo win. After all, I know sucks because I have a storyline and it's long play. Right now, we are actually going to have a backstage segment with Ilya right before he goes out, and all he really says is like he doesn't need to speak. He's going to let all his actions in the ring show what he's all about. This is stupid and pointless. Just get out there and brawl. And then the main event of the show will be Also be about it'll be a 30-minute match between Ryan Davison and Ilya, but Ilya will wins with the Moscow Missile. Is that what he calls it still, or did he change the name?
I think that's still it.
All right, so 30-minute match, just them beating the shit out of each other. But Ilya wins the match at the end of all. Moving on to the finale of the mid card championship triple threat match. Once he wins his match, MJF actually comes out, attacks him from behind, just starts, jawing at him, beating him up, and everything. John Cena comes out for the save. MJF slides out. John Cena stands there. Ilya gets up, attacks John Cena, and Ilya stands over John Cena, staring at MJF, and that cuts away.
I like it.
I like it too.
What these companies got to understand, you can keep it short and sweet.
Alan, do you have your next one, your next episode, or do you want me?
No, go ahead, because I still got a couple more things in my head I need to figure out. But yeah, go ahead. If you got it, go ahead.
All right. So episode 2 is going to open with a segment. We're going to have Braun Breaker coming out and explaining why he attacked Roman last week, which is going to end with Braun and Roman brawling all over the arena, to the back, and everything. So then the first match is going to be Bryan Danielson versus Josh Alexander. I've actually got Josh Alexander going over in this match. It's going to be really good, technical, hard-hitting match. Just another banger to open the show. I'm going to follow that with Humberto and Garza versus the Von Erich. I got the Von Erichs going over in this match. This is kind of leading, further down the line to introducing our tag team titles here. Then I'm going to follow that match up with Sami and KO versus the Gorillas of Destiny. I'm actually going to have the Gorillas of Destiny win this match here. Sorry for all you Sami and KO fans.
Yeah.
We're going to follow that matchup with Jay White versus Tyler Bate. At some point throughout this match, we're actually going to have Kushida come down and attack Tyler Bate. So him and Jay White are going to kind of align and start beating down Tyler Bate. Of course, Pete Dunne's going to make the save. We're going to turn that right into a tag match on the spot. White and Kushida versus Bate and Dunne. We're going to have Bate and Dunne over in this match. And then our main event is going to actually crown our women's champion. And we're going to have Asuka versus Hikaru Shida versus Riho versus Toni Storm. We're going to put Toni Storm over in this match to be the first EWA women's champion.
I like it.
And that's how we end the show. Toni Storm standing tall with belt in hand as Starlight Kid attacks her from behind. Yes.
I think you've been reading my notes. So. I have something similar to that. Are we
all ending our show with a sneak attack?
No, I'm not. It's not a sneak attack, but there's one sneak attack. But here, I'll do this.
We might all be ending our show with
all right, so
which is really crazy because we've literally
not talked about this.
Did not talk about this at all. All right, so for my week 2 show, I'm gonna kick it off with the House of Black versus the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley in a 6-man tag. Obviously, the Street Profits were in the triple threat match, which DIY won. They butted heads a little bit, so obviously the Street Profits and the House of Black are going to have some need to revisit those issues. But Bobby Lashley's with the Street Profits, and Malachi Black is with House of Black, obviously. So they have the 6-man tag. Go about 15 minutes. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits win. After the match, House of Black, they beat them down. After they beat them down, Malachi Black, who was not involved with the Fatal 4-Way from last week, stands over Bobby Lashley holding the mid-card championship in the air. I guess we'll call it the PWM television title or whatever. And then he holds it over his head saying, I shouldn't have been in that match. Why was I a healthy scratch? Blah, blah, blah. And then now we're leading towards Malachi Black versus Bobby Lashley for later on down the road. The second match on the card is going to be Matt Cardona versus Jay Lethal. 15 minutes. These guys beat the hell out of each other. Time limit draw, ends in a no contest. But after the bell rings, it doesn't matter. They're still going to beat the hell out of each other. Matt Cardona and Jay Lethal had some issues from the Intercontinental title match the previous week. Still got animosity to each other, and they brawl all the way in the back, and the locker room referees and everybody had to separate them. So that looks like it's going to be pretty good. The next match, Alex Kane versus Damian Priest with Finn Balor at ringside. They have a good solid match. Finn Balor tries to help Damian Priest, ends up screwing him in the end. Alex Kane goes over in the end. Damian Priest and Finn Balor have this tense kind of stare off where you know where it's going to go, but not ready to go there just yet, not ready to pull the trigger on that just yet. After that match, at the top of the second hour, we're going to have an interview with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins says, you know, I won the title fair and square. And then all of a sudden, Swerve comes out of nowhere, bum rushes the ring, goes like he's going to slide in to attack Rollins, but it says, no, I got you last week. I think I've already made my point. I want to be the PWM heavyweight champion. You're just in my way. I've been screwed by this promotion and that promotion. It's time for me to get what's mine. I'm not asking favors anymore. I'm not waiting for an opportunity. I'm taking it, blah, blah, blah. You know, which will eventually set up something down the road. And then the fourth match, I got Mercedes Moné versus Io Sky. Good little solid 10-minute match, and I got Io Sky going over clean. After that match, there's going to be a segment with the Grizzled Young Vets and the Guns arguing back and forth because the very next match is going to be for the tag team titles. Of course, GYV and the Guns were in the match in which FTR won, and now they're each other like, you know, you're the one that took the pin last week. You shouldn't even be in the conversation. And it's like, yeah, we would have beat FTR if you wasn't in the way, blah, 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 which sets up a nice little number one contendership match for those guys the very next week. And then in the fifth match, DIY versus FTR, 30-minute barn burner, and I got FTR going over in that one. And then in my main event, I got Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, 20 minutes. Rhea Ripley goes over for the championship. She's the brand new PWM Women's Champion. And then after the match, here comes Io Sky, just stands on the apron and almost in a way is acknowledging, okay, you're the champion, but now I'm coming for you next. So that's how I would end my. That was how I would do my.
All right. So what I'm really going to do is we're just going to do our first months to lead to our pay-per-view tonight. We'll finish at that. We'll have the fans after all decide. They'll ask them what show won week 1, week 2, week 3, and overall the pay-per-view. I'll go ahead and start my week 3, let you guys get your week 3 and week 4 in as well, if you have a time to.
Do that real quick.
No, you're good. I was just thinking about it, like we might as well just go to the pay-per-view.
We might as well, yeah.
But I'm gonna start this show off with a segment. Like how Chip did his second week. It's gonna have Cena coming out. He's gonna be standing in the ring. No music playing, nothing. This is serious John right here. He's gonna call MJF and Ilya, saying that we're not waiting until next week for the pay-per-view. We're gonna settle this like men right now here in the ring. Get the asses out there. Ilya comes out and says that what happened last week, John, wasn't personal. It was just a heated moment. He couldn't control himself. He says, no, don't take it personal. It's just a business. And then MJF actually shows up on the Jumbotron and he actually said, oh, I'm not here tonight. You know, I couldn't make it. I was too busy. But if John Cena's a man of his words, he can actually face Ilya tonight since he's so ready for action. But only if Cena's a man of his word. And he smirks and laughs, and then it just cuts off from there. Cena then looks at Ilya, says, hey, if Ilya's about it, Cena's about it, they can wrestle tonight. Ilya looks at Cena, just gives him a smile, shakes his head, yes. They get outside the ring. Cena then does his Cena thing, throws his hat in the crowd. Leaves as well. From here, we're actually going to go on from here, and we're actually going to have another tag match for the tournament. This one's going to be Austin Theory and Grayson Waller versus Andrade and Roosh. This one's going to be a really good one overall. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller is just going to be very, cheap heels, doing a lot of in and outs, getting into the ropes as much as he can. There's that point where Andrade goes for his patented DDT, like hammerlock DDT. Austin Theory reverses it, puts his feet on the rope, and Grayson Waller holds on to it. And then referee's counting 1, 2. Referee sees it, follows out Grayson Waller for holding the feet. Austin Theory's not looking. Roosh then comes out and it hits Austin Theory from behind, drops him. Then he turns around, flips out, hits Grayson Waller. Andrade gets the win over Austin Theory, hits him with the hammerlock DDT after he gets up. They advanced in the tournament. From here, we're then going to go to we're going to actually go backstage. Alex Hammerstone's getting ready to be interviewed. He says, what happened that first week when they lost against Gunther has been going at him. He said he's in the ring with 3 great men. One he known for a while, had tons of battle with, respects a lot, but he knows that if it was just Gunther and Hammerstone in the ring, Hammerstone would be the one coming out. And as he's saying that, Imperium walks up behind him. Gunther does too with the belt over his shoulder, looking at him. Says he talks big for a man who's done nothing in his career, and then he walk away. and Alex Hammerstone just is a little pissed about that. Starts walking towards them. Imperium jumps in, beats him up. Then Okada comes in, tries to help out. Gunther gets involved, beats him up. And then Jacob Fatu just walks by, doesn't get involved at all. Let me go. Let me put this. All right. Then we have a tag match between Motor City Machine Guns and the Acclaimed. And this is a last chance match. So it'd be Sonata and Shingo, Imperium, Andrade and Rouge. And then Acclaimed and Motor City Machine Guns get a chance to be the fourth team in that one. And they're both having a really good match going through. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller interfere, said they should have a chance too, but they're not given a chance, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They interfere, get both teams to get disqualified, or the match, no contest, whatever, what they want to rule it that way. Should be. But then, so that gets thrown out, goes on for about 15, 20 minutes. So no, those three teams do not get to be in the tag match, the title match or anything like that. Then we go from there, we go to, we actually get a match between Fatu and Naito, and they have a really good match, about 25 minutes. Naito's doing all his things, getting Fatu flustered, whatever. Then at one point, Fatu just loses it, hits Naito over the head with a chair, just starts beating him up, everything like that. And then he gets that look in his eyes, starting to give himself the enforcer gimmick right here for the crowd, showing that he's no joke, whatever like that, and leaves the match. And then from there, we go on to our main event where we have Ilya versus John Cena. They're having a really good match. 15 minutes go by. And then as Cena's about to hit the AA on Ilya, MJF slides in, hits him with the diamond ring. Ref rings the bell. MJF stands over both Cena and Ilya as we cut off.
You ready, Talon?
Not yet. Not yet. I got a few more things. If you're ready, go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to start episode 3 off with Starlight Kid versus Riho. And this is just going to be kind of Riho's going to get some stuff in right at the very beginning, but then Starlight Kid's just going to kind of shut her down and dominate. It's going to be a short, like 8 to 10 minute match, maybe. Mostly dominated by Starlight Kid. She's gonna get the win here, and after the win, she's gonna stay on Riho, and then you're gonna have Tony Storm come out and kind of run her off. No contact here. We're gonna follow that up with Aussie Open versus the Von Erich, where I've got Aussie Open over in that match. Third match, we're gonna go with Pete Dunne versus Carmelo Hayes. It's gonna be a really nice match. Actually gonna slide Hayes over in this match. This is all leading up to the pay-per-view, of course, for the mid-card title. The fourth match is gonna be Dirty Dom, and I refuse to call him anything other than that, is actually going to defend the title here against Kushida. Dom is over in this one. Match 5, we're going to do what did I have? Match 5, we're going to have Braun Breaker versus Josh Alexander here with Braun going over. And then the main event is going to be main event is going to be Humberto and Garza versus the Gorillas of Destiny. I'm not going to have any segments on this show other than the Tony Storm coming out and running off Starlight Kid after she's been beating down Riho. So
okay, all right. For my week 3, kick off this show tonight with Swerve Strickland being in the ring, talking about, once again, basically reminding people why he's here. He's been screwed out of every promotion he's ever been in, blah blah blah. Mid-sentence, here comes Drew McIntyre. He said, "Now wait a second. I was in that triple threat match. I didn't get pinned. I didn't get beat either. And I think I should be number 1 contender," which he says, "No, I'm the one that made I'm the one that made the point. I'm the one who said I'm supposed to be the number 1 contender." And then they set up the match for later on in the evening. The main event will be Swerve Strickland versus Drew McIntyre. The winner of that match will face Seth Rollins for the Pro Wrestling Movement Heavyweight Championship. First match of the night, though, however, is Finn Balor with Damian Priest against Alex Kane. Basically, Alex Kane been fighting the Judgment Day by himself pretty much. Obviously, kind of similar to what happened last week. Damian Priest finds a way to accidentally cost Finn Balor the match. So Alex Kane again goes over in that regard. After the match, though, Finn and Damian are in the ring with each other, nose to nose, face to face. Looks like they're about to fight each other. And here comes Rhea Ripley to calm everything down. So we're still a little bit, okay, this could happen, this could not happen, but Rhea's there to kind of keep the peace. Very next match after that are the Guns versus the Grizzled Young Vets, number one contendership for the tag team titles on the line, and GYV beat the Guns and are now the new number one contenders and will face FTR at the pay-per-view. Afterwards, we have a Seth Rollins segment. Seth Rollins just says, hey, I appreciate Swerve for at least being man enough to, say what you say that he wants, but he's Seth freaking Rollins. McIntyre did kind of throw a wrench into the pay-per-view plans, but I'm willing to face anybody anywhere because I'm Seth freaking Rollins. You know how Seth. The next match is a pick your poison match. And what I mean by that is Bobby Lashley and Malachi Black have this feud with each other right now. And basically, Malachi Black and Bobby Lashley are going to pick each other's opponents, but it cannot be the Street Profits or any member of the House of Black. They have to go outside their family, if you will, outside their groups to do that. So Bobby Lashley picks Matt Cardona to be Malachi Black's opponent, and about a good solid 10 to 12 minutes, Malachi Black ends up beating Matt Cardona in the end. After that match, FTR has an interview talking about how they're ready for Grizzled Young Vets next week at the pay-per-view and stuff. DIY comes in. They have a nice little friendly exchange, and they just said it's not over with. We'll see you again down the road. They shake hands and they walk off. The very next match is another number one contendership match, this time for the women's championship with Io Sky against Bayley. Io Sky had a big win versus Mercedes Moné the last time, and in the match with in the two previous weeks prior, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, and Moné in the triple threat. Bayley was the one to get the pin, or Bayley was the one who got pinned, but was able to have a second chance against Io in this match, and Io does defeat Bayley after a good 10 to 15 minute match. After the match, Rhea comes, stands on the apron, just smiles and waves at her, saying, I'll see you at the pay-per-view. The next match is the second half of the Pick Your Poison match with Bobby Lashley versus Jay Lethal. Bobby Lashley and Jay Lethal have a good, solid 15-minute match. Jay Lethal wins this match, but only because Matt Cardona gets involved. Matt Cardona, just like the week before, Matt Cardona and Jay Lethal have been just at each other's throats. He gets involved. He comes out there. They start brawling. They end up brawling around. Bobby Lashley's what the hell's going on? Turns around straight into Black Mass with Malachi Black standing over him, holding up the Pro Wrestling Movement television title. After that, we go to the main event, Swerve Strickland versus Drew McIntyre. They work for a good solid 20 minutes. In the end, Swerve pulls some slick shit, ends up beating Drew McIntyre, which leads up to Seth Rollins versus Swerve at the pay-per-view. And at the end of the night, they stand looking at each other, Rollins with the title in the air. And that's how we end the show.
All right. Like it. I like it.
Now I got to get my pay-per-view wrote out real quick.
So you're only doing 3 weeks and then a pay-per-view?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
I was doing 4 weeks and a pay-per-view.
No, it's 3 in a pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like the 3 weeks, and then the last week would be
the last week would be the pay-per-view of the month.
Yeah.
So we're doing the pay-per-views on the same day as we're doing our TV shows.
Well, we can do Friday, Saturday, Sunday on that one. I'm already on Friday, so it's easy for me to just do it as a show event, but paid event.
Yeah. Okay. That works.
All right, let me get my.
I gotta rethink some stuff here then.
Yeah,
because I had 4 shows written out, and then I have the pay-per-view written out already as well.
Just taking care of real quick. Okay. All right, go ahead, because I'm fixing to.
All right. Well, I've got my pay-per-view written out. I'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I already got mine. I just had mine. I just had the last thing to write.
Okay.
I got 2 more things to write, so y'all go ahead.
All right. So my pay-per-view, we're gonna call it Collision Course. Go with Collision Course. Since it's just pretty much finishing up the first month's loose ends and just going on to the next storyline from there. So we open up with the Tag Titan Championships, which is Imperium versus Shingo and Sonata versus Andrade and Roosh. Imperium win this via pinfall. They actually pin Roosh in a really good overall back and forth match. Just pretty simple overall, just a tag team triple threat match. can't really do much with those. Just Andrade and Rush are obviously the tweener guys, so don't really know where they sit. So it makes it easier to just put the pin on them, and they can just build from there. From there, we cut to a promo with MJF in the back. He's smiling, smirking, doing his MJF thing, showing off the diamond ring. And he says that after tonight, the Openweight Championship should be renamed to the Maxwell title because he'll never lose it. There's nothing anyone can do about it because he's MJF and he's better than him. It cuts from there and goes to the second match, which is the women's championship. It'll be Becky versus Zoe versus Deanna. Zoe Starks wins after canning out Becky Lynch after Becky hits Deanna with the manhandle slam. And now Zoe Stark is your Glamazon champ. So I'm going to call him.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean,
I dig it.
It's a strong women's name. It's not the Divas. And it's not just women's because they're workers too. Give them some respect.
I agree.
From there, we go to a segment where the Acclaim's backstage doing their thing, just talking about Theory and Waller being a bunch of crybabies, throwing a tantrum, blah, 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 just dissing them, the way that they do. And they say that if Waller and Theory think they can try that sneak attack stuff again, don't worry about it. The Acclaim will be ready. And as they're saying that, they get attacked by Waller and Theory from behind. And as they're getting beat up, Motor City Machine Guns come in and they get the best of Theory and Waller. Theory and Waller scramble away. Motor City Machine Guns help the Acclaimed up, and they hold their hands out to the Acclaim to do the handshake. The Acclaim walk away. From there, we actually go to Gunther versus Hammerstone for the Global Championship. Very good back and forth. Just Gunther doing his thing, just wearing out Hammerstone, beat him up as best he can, chopping him down, trying to chop him down. Hammerstone gets some power moves here and there into, but eventually Gunther gets to the point, gets him with one of those good chops, hits him with a power bomb, goes to the top rope and hits that splash. 1, 2, 3. Gunther retains. As Gunther is holding up the title, Imperium runs down. They start beating up on Hammerstone more. Gunther just stands there and watches like he always does. Okada comes out to try to make the save, gets overpowered and gets outnumbered, gets beat up, left there in the ring. From there, we watch as we see Ilya walking towards the entranceway, gorilla position, whatever we want to call it. And then we hear Ilya's music hits first. Cena comes out. Then MJF comes out from there. Everything's going good. They're having a good triple threat match, blah, blah, blah. MJF's playing this chicken shit heel, getting his moves in, but running away when he can. Pretty much letting it be a one-on-one as much as he can. Try to pick his spots here and there. Eventually, Cena and Ilya get notice this, blah, blah. They start grabbing him. They start beating up, boom, 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 going back and forth on him, wearing him out. Eventually, MJF gets the upper hand on Ilya, and Ilya gets rolled out from there, just goes out of the ring. MJF reaches into his tights, pulls out the diamond ring, is ready to set Cena up. From there, camera cuts to the ringside. We actually see LA Knight with a chair about to hit MJF sees this, ducks, hits Cena in the head, boom. LA Knight gets hit by MJF with diamond ring. He falls down. Cena gets pinned 1 through 3. MJF stands tall over everybody with his diamond ring and the title in hand.
All right.
Yeah, I like that.
I do like that. All right, I'll go ahead and go with mine since Talon's still writing. We're going to start the pay-per-view off. I haven't got an actual name for the pay-per-view yet, but we're going to start this off with the Eurocontinental Championship. This is going to be Dirty Dom versus Tyler Bate. As you know, in episode 1, Dirty Dom won the title in triple threat after going through a little mini tournament there. So we got Dirty Dom retaining here. We're gonna actually have some fanfare here. Probably boo him out the building because Dirty Dom's this is the most hated guy in wrestling right now. We're gonna follow. Punk. No. There's a difference. People just don't give a shit about CM Punk. We're going to follow this up with a number 1 contender to the EWA championship match, and we haven't even crowned our EWA champion yet, but due to things that have happened in the previous few weeks, we already know who's in that match. So this is actually going to be a number 1 contendership to that match. And we got Kushida versus Bryan Danielson. We're going to have Bryan Danielson go over in this match.
Okay. Okay.
And then third matchup, we're going to crown our EWA Tag Team Champions. This is going to be Subculture versus Aussie Open. This is going to be a really nice, solid back and forth match. It's going to come down to the very end. We're actually going to have Flash Morgan Webster get injured midway through this match, so Mark Andrews is going to have to go 2-on-1 against Aussie Open. It looks like Aussie Open's going to win this match pretty handedly, and then you're going to actually see Flash Morgan Webster come, stumbling out of the back, all bandaged up and everything, get up on the apron, go for the tag. He gets the tag, comes in, House of Fire, real quick. They shut him back down, take a little more heat on Flash Morgan Webster. Some miscommunication between Aussie Open. Flash Morgan Webster is going to get the pin, and Subculture is going to be your first EWA Tag Team Champion. We're going to follow this up with kind of a grudge match dating all the way back to episode 2, where we crowned Toni Storm as the women's champion, and then Starlight Kid blasts her from behind, stands over her, kind of thing. So Starlight Kid's going to get her day in the spotlight, and she's going to face Toni Storm for the EWA Women's Championship. Gonna be a lot of high spots here from Starlight Kid, but Toni Storm's going to ultimately in the end win with Storm Zero. Then we're going to go get down to our main event. Only got 5 matches on my pay-per-view. Give each match a little extra time to showcase and shine. So the EWA Championship match is obviously going to be Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker. After a lot of vitriol through the first 3 weeks, Braun Breaker just physically dominating Roman Reigns verbally dominating Braun Breaker, as he should do. Just going to be one of those. It looks like Braun Breaker's going to win, and then out of nowhere, Paul Heyman shows up and helps Roman win the EWA Championship here. So you have the Tribal Chief and the Wise Man together for this. But after Roman Reigns wins, Danielson's music hits, and he comes down, stands out on the ramp, and you have this really intense stare down between Reigns, who just won a very hard-hitting, toughly contested championship match, and Bryan Danielson. So that's how the pay-per-view ends right there.
Okay, interesting. I'm going to talk about my first ever premium live event, pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it. Pro Wrestling Movement presents. I think I'm going to name all of my pay-per-views after rock albums that I really enjoy. So my very first one is a Pro Wrestling Movement presents To Plant a Seed. It's a
So
Weak Him Romans record.
You're doing this as a PWG?
Well, Pro Wrestling Movement, PWM. Did I say PWG?
No.
That's what PWG did.
That's what PWG did.
Well, yeah, that's the idea behind it, But yeah, To Plant a Seed is going to be the first event, which makes sense because it's the first, and in order for a tree to grow, you have to plant the seed. God forgive me for this, but I have a pre-show match. I figured 30-second pre-show, first 5 minutes, you kind of let everybody know the show and what's going on, what's fixing to happen. Then you get we're gonna have a match. It'll go about 15 minutes, and the pre-show match is going to be the Guns versus DIY. Give the Guns a little bit of time to shine. Good enough to be like close to the pay-per-view, but like we'll see how you do in the pre-show before we let you get on the main card of a premium live event. I have DIY going over in that one. Kick off the night once again I gotta kick the night off strong. FTR versus Grizzled Young Vets for the tag team titles. Have that going 20 minutes. Obviously these two tag teams are freaking phenomenal. Obviously FTR going over with the Shatter Machine. Number 2 or second match on the card, a heated rivalry, Malachi Black versus Bobby Lashley for the PWM television title. They just beat the hell out of each other for about 20 minutes. He goes for Black. At one point in the match, Malachi Black will hit Black Mass, but he hits it so hard he knocks Bobby Lashley out of the ring. He's like, what the hell? He goes to pick him, he goes to try to pick him up. So he's like, fuck it, I'll just take a count out and keep my title. So he rolls back to the ring and just sits like he does and just waits. Lashley jumps in right at 9 seconds. He goes to do it again, goes for Black Mass again. This time he ducks out the way, picks up Dominator. 1, 2, 3. The third match on the card is Matt Cardona versus Jay Lethal in a street fight. These guys have been fighting all over the place, so fuck it. Let them fight all over the place. We'll make it a street fight. And these guys beat the hell out of each other for 20 minutes. Eventually ends with Matt Cardona jumping off something high, hitting Jay Lethal with an elbow down through a table. That's it. That's how they do it. Fourth match, Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the women's championship. They just have a good solid 20-minute match, and Rhea Ripley comes out victorious in the end, hitting the Riptide from the top rope. And then the main event, Seth Rollins versus Swerve Strickland. Good, solid 30 minutes of work. Swerve looks like he's fixing to put Seth Rollins away. Seth Rollins reverses his way out somehow, hits the pedigree, which pops him back up straight into the curb stomp. That's how he wins 1, 2, 3. And then right now it's kind of a race to see who's going to be the new number one contender for Seth Rollins' heavyweight title at that point. So that's how I got for my paper. So yeah,
Okay.
not bad for my first job trying to put together a show, huh?
Now you know how Tony Khan.
Yeah, but I think I'm a little bit more competent than he is, though. I don't have a whole bunch of my daddy's money to spend, you know.
No, you just have a lot of random money to spend now because you're running the show.
Oh God, yeah, but yeah. So that was the first month of this endeavor that we've been going on. We hope you guys did enjoy this. Anything else you guys want to say on just maybe our shows, each other's shows? Like, how is your what are your thoughts so far on how your show's been doing? You know.
No, I mean I like how we did this. The 1 month lead up for the pay-per-view. Hopefully when everybody sees this, they watch this, give us feedback, tell us what we did right, tell us what we did wrong. How do you guys feel about the show in general? Hopefully we can continue the segment. Maybe we can get 12 episodes out of this to do a full year run up. If we get this and we get some good critique and credit or good feedback from this, we'll do month two. Month two will be a 5-week show. So we'll get 4 regular shows and then another premium event or live or exclusive show, whatever we want to call our thing.
Right. I got to come up with some ideas.
Yeah, I mean, you got a week. Well, you got more than a week because
more than a week. We're gonna be busy all week.
Yeah. But no, we'll do that. And depending on how good this goes and everything, we might actually make this series a paid series on our Spotify.
Yes.
99 cents. If you sign up, get pay 99 cents a month. 99 cents. Come on, guys. We'll be doing our wrestling stuff over there. We'll probably start bringing back more of our hip hop stuff too. And probably just more of our stuff, our exclusive stuff over there for the people that want to support us. We want to do more of this stuff. We're having fun doing this stuff. We enjoy doing this stuff, but we need some of the fundage so we can actually have time to dedicate to do this because we all still work regular jobs.
Because I really want to do the rap because I've realized it has been almost a full year since we did a rap rewind. Last rap rewind we did was D12 Devil's Night.
Yeah, we didn't do D12 World.
We haven't done D12 World. And I was listening to D12 World Friday at work, and I was just like, I'm just sitting to it, bobbing. Then the song 40 Ounce came on. I'm bobbing to it, and I'm like, why the fuck haven't we talked about this yet? You know, it was just because we've just been so busy doing everything else, and it's just, you know, we hadn't had the time to come back to do it. But yeah, we still got that to do. We still have we still got to get graduation, late registration, and you know, college dropout in, and
we still got to do a Kanye discography one. Who won was it Blink-182 that won the rock retrospective one?
I think it was 3 Days Grace. It was Blink-182.
Yeah, it was Blink-182, which is great because they're about to drop.
They just dropped new shit. Yeah,
when this came out, they already dropped something, so
right.
We've already listened to it. But at this point, we haven't heard it all.
Great. Yes.
Go get into that. Thankfully, but no, we'll do that too. All this stuff, 99 cents a month. That's it. Not even a $4. I mean, after taxes, probably $1, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
I mean, where you guys pay more for other people on Twitch, YouTube Premium, all that stuff. Come out and support us. Exactly. Here's the thing: the more you guys support us, the more stuff we can put out. the more merchandise, new merchandise we put out too. And we could probably do merchandise for our wrestling federations because I really want to do a soft.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they own the rights to that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it's so trippy though. Like, we still got to get the damn Sammy Sosa shirt out. Like,
Yeah,
we
we
still
do.
got to figure out a way to do that.
That'll okay. Here's how we do. If we can get to 100 paid subscribers, once we hit 100 paid subscribers, we'll put out an exclusive, limited time Sammy Sosa Club shirt,
Yes.
and we'll make it the baseball jersey style too.
Yes.
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 Yes. Also, real quick,
Miami Sosa.
Yep.
So the name of my pay-per-view is going to be Aftermath.
Oh, so you're gonna go with rap titles?
No, but it just so happens that's going to be that. The name of my mid-card title is the Euro Continental Championship.
That makes yep. I like that. I like that.
The name of my women's title is the American Joshi Championship.
Okay.
Even though none of them are American.
Oh, Tony Storm. Well, no,
she's
No.
Australian.
she's Australian. She's Australian. Yeah. Never mind.
Exactly.
I forget that she's Australian. I'm sorry.
And then my heavyweight title is going to be the Triple Crown Championship.
The Triple Crown?
Yep.
Are they all Triple Crown people?
Nope, that's just the name of the title.
I'm basic with my shit, I guess. You know.
You can be. It's your federation.
Yeah. Make it simplistic. I figured just make it simple. You know what I mean?
Well, I went with Global Championship because nobody really does that
Mm-hmm.
title name anymore.
Oh. Yeah, but TNA was the last one to do it.
Yeah, and it's fine.
Well, of course, that belt's been changed like 16 times, though. You know.
Yeah, I do find it funny that you named your pay-per-view after AEW Saturday show.
Collision.
Yeah,
that's why I said Collision Course.
Collision Course. Yeah. No, I because with my pay-per-view, I'm like, I want to do something that's completely like, and I started because all the shit like you've like, okay, Big Bang, ooh, the Genesis, ooh, you know, like it's like no, it's got to be something.
Well, you hitting on Busta Rhymes album.
Say what now?
Well, you hitting on Busta Rhymes
album.
What's wrong with Busta Rhymes albums?
You said Big Bang, Genesis. Ooh.
Yeah, Big. No. It's another. See, I wasn't even thinking about that. Like, but anytime. No, y'all see how they do me here? They try to embarrass me.
No, I was just wondering what the day. I was like, little Busta Rhymes hate out of nowhere.
No, ain't no me hate toward Busta. Fuck out of here, dude. Come on, you know I ain't like that with Busta, man. He's awesome. Had the best cipher at the BET cipher. What was it like 4 or 5 years ago, something like that?
The only cipher I listen to the Thrizzler ciphers now.
The Thrizzler cipher.
Yeah,
what's that?
It's what Team Backpack used to be, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
So you got actual young artists and putting on some really good ciphers.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'll send you one here.
Yeah, send me one. Send me one. Yeah, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for tonight's fantasy booking, if you will. Excuse me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Again, let us know what you guys think of our booking styles. Do you like some of the booking styles? If you don't like some of them, let us know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Anything else you guys want to say before we bounce out here?
As always, please do not leave without leaving a like, comment, share, and subscribe on Spotify and right here on YouTube.
What you guys say, Scallywag Martinez?
Like I was saying before, guys, please watch this, share this with everybody. You know, give us your feedback, be honest, 100%. Let us know what we did wrong. Tell us what we did right, what you like, what you didn't like, who won this week by week and overall for the month. You know, say this card's an A, B, C. We're not doing no stupid 5-star rating because it's douchey. All the idiots do 5-star ratings.
Yeah.
Give us a letter grade. A to F, obviously. Whatever you want to do there. And then, like I said, if this really gets going, happen, everything, just 99 cents a month. We're not asking for much. We're just asking enough for where we have time, to where we can actually sit down, spend some time, do this, get it better produced and everything like that. Make this more interesting for you guys.
Absolutely. And make sure you guys continue to follow us on all of our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you check out streamlabs.com/movement radio/merch. We got some merch ideas in our heads. We actually talked to a couple of people, so we do have some ideas coming. Just be patient with us. We are going to get to where we need to go. You guys, just be patient with us. We'll make sure to get you guys some cool new swag pretty soon. Also, as always, check out movementradio.us, your one-stop shop for all things Movement Radio. Thank you guys, and we will see you guys next time.
I am Chip Hazard.
I'm Talon Williams.
I'm Scallywag Martinez.
And this is Movement Radio.
God's plan.